Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for my niece's college after she publicly humiliated me? I, 45 female, am child-free by choice, but have always been close to my brother, 47 male, and his daughter, Emily, 18 female. Over the years, I've saved up a decent amount of money, and I offered to help pay for Emily's college when the time came. She's a smart kid, and I wanted to give her opportunities I never had growing up. Everything was fine until last month. I was invited to Emily's high school graduation party, which was a big deal in our family. During the party, Emily gave a speech thanking everyone for their support. She thanked her parents, her grandparents, even her friends. Then she paused, looked at me and said, "And a big thanks to Aunt, me, for not having kids, so she could spoil me like I'm hers. Must be nice having all that extra money and no responsibilities." The entire room laughed, and I froze. I could feel everyone looking at me, and all I could do was smile awkwardly. I've heard jokes about being child-free before, but this felt cruel and unnecessary, especially since I've sacrificed a lot to save for her future. My brother and sister-in-law laughed too, which hurt even more. After the party, I confronted Emily privately. She rolled her eyes and said it was just a joke, and I needed to lighten up. My brother brushed it off, saying, "Teenagers can be dumb. Don't take it personally." I've spent weeks thinking about this, and I've decided to withdraw my offer to pay for her college. I feel like she doesn't respect me or the efforts I've made to support her. When I told my brother, he blew up at me, calling me selfish and accusing me of punishing Emily for one harmless joke. Emily hasn't apologized, and now I'm questioning if I'm being too harsh. Am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments. When they demand the money again, tell them you have bought yourself a holiday home and the money is gone. When they complain about you letting them down, tell them it's one of the perks of having no kids. You have no responsibilities to anyone. Not the a-hole. No. When they ask for the money again, just simply say, "I didn't mean it. I was always only joking about the college fund." As if I'd pay for my brother's kids' education. That's his responsibility. She hasn't apologized, which means you are not being too harsh. I understand a teenager stupid joke scenario, but if she does not apologize and repent for humiliating you, even if that was not her intention, then you still are not harsh enough. Do not cave. Have some self-respect and teach this kid and her parents that actions have consequences. Let them deal with them. Grow a spine. Driving under influence might be a teenager's stupid mistake, but after the accident and the innocent people unalived, the consequences will not disappear, just because you are a stupid teenager making a mistake. Life does not work like that. I feel the same. It's the lack of apology that seals that OP is being disrespected. It's not hard to apologize when something said is intended differently than it's heard. Niece is young, but when she realized she'd hurt her aunt, an apology was the right thing. Or even a conversation about what she said and what she meant. It's not hard to apologize when something said is intended differently than it's heard. Exactly. I wanted to believe at first she tried a joke but failed miserably. Now I only see disrespect and disdain for her aunt's lifestyle. If so, she does not deserve OP's money and time. Emily is parroting the hateful BS your brother has been talking about you. Not the a-hole. Spend it on yourself. Next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my mom she'll regret picking her husband over her children? I, 23 female, and my husband, 22 male, moved in with my mom over the summer to help my mom with her bills and to help take care of my 3 younger siblings. The main reason for this move was because I did not want her to get back with her boyfriend that she had been dating on and off for the past 7 to 8 years. Not long after we moved in, she starts talking to him again after repeatedly telling me she was never going to get back together with him. She then goes on to marry him, and since then has taken on this mentality that she is his wife and has responsibilities towards him, so she has to be with him 24/7. Which in turn meant to me and my siblings that we would see her less, because he does not live with us. Ever since she got married, she goes directly to him after work, and the only time my siblings see her is in the mornings when she takes them to school. She's not even home during the weekends. Recently this past weekend, me and her ended up arguing over a text, because my siblings missed their mom and wanted to see her. She then chooses to, instead of coming to see her kids, to call them and tell them that she is too busy to see them, and that when she was there, that all they did was play video games. But now that she's with her husband, they suddenly miss her and want to spend time with her. This made my sibling sad, which naturally made me step in and tell her off. I told her she can't be serious right now, and that obviously her children are going to miss her. That even though they might have a roof over their heads and food, that doesn't mean they don't still need their mother's presence more than just a few minutes in the morning when they're going to school. I told her she can't seriously be picking a man that has literally shown he does not care about her over her children who do love her. She responded by telling me the same thing she told my siblings, that when she was with us, that my siblings didn't appreciate her and that they just spent their time playing games. I'm like, be so for real. You're resenting them as if they're not literally children. Where's that energy with that man that has literally done nothing good for us? She's like, oh, so I'm a bad mom. Okay, that's fine. You'll regret your words one day. She then hangs up on me and refuses my calls and texts my sister telling her she's not going to talk to me. So I texted her and told her the one that's going to regret her words is you, and you'll be sorry for picking a man over your children. The day you learn to not put a man on a pedestal is the day you'll get your blessings. It's a serious mental problem to be so attached to a man. That I love her, but I know she's not okay by doing what she's doing. She's now no longer talking to me and only contacts my siblings. Am I the a-hole, or was this a reality check my mom needed? Edit: since I didn't include their ages in the original post, my siblings are 10 male, 13 male, and 15 female. In case you're wondering my mom's age, she's 40, and her new husband is about late 50s. I'm not entirely sure his exact age. Their dad is 38. For those wondering where their dad is, he is still in the picture, but he also has a new partner. He comes to visit them once or twice a week sometimes and buys them food and clothes. He is supposed to be giving my mom child support, but he's not always very timely about it. I also want to acknowledge my mom does contribute financially to them still. The only issue is she is not here physically with them as often as she should be. Not the a-hole, and honestly your mom needed to hear that. It sounds like you're stepping up in a situation where your mom is neglecting her responsibilities, and that's not fair to you or your siblings. Her excuse about your siblings not appreciating her because they play video games is honestly ridiculous. Kids play games. That doesn't mean they don't love or miss their mom. They're children, and it's her job as their parent to be present, even if they aren't showering her with gratitude 24/7. It feels like she's using that as an excuse to justify prioritizing her husband over her kids. It's a CPS story waiting to implode. Parents, especially custodial parents, are expected to reside with their minor children. It's so beyond an argument. It's criminal negligence. This is not okay, and is also making you responsible when you're a young newlywed. This is not fair to the kids or you, but thank you for being there for your siblings. I hope she opens her eyes and realizes she isn't doing them any good. Not the a-hole. I'd say that her husband made it clear that he didn't want her kids living with them, so she got you to move in so she could move out. She's at least going to have to pay you child support if you choose to bring up your siblings in the long term. As you and your husband are so young, is he okay suddenly being dad to 3 kids? If he's not, I'd be asking your mom's sister or other family members to step in and either convince your mom that child abandonment is illegal or take the kids themselves if they can. My husband fortunately does not mind, since he hasn't really taken the role of dad. He is more of an older brother to them. His only issue is the obvious stress and disappointment my mom's absence has caused. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not supporting my ex-best friend after my brother put her in the hospital? My brother was a prick to me my whole life. He's 2 years older and blamed me for his dad leaving. We have different dads. We were raised by my mom, who was very much checked out, and that made me an easy target. He wished me dead, called me a whore. He got other kids to bully me in school, and every chance he got, he told me he wished I wasn't his sister. I had a best friend through all that, Sammy. Her dad and siblings were also really great, and they took me in as a family because they knew mine sucked. When we were 16, Sammy betrayed me in the worst way by starting to date my brother. I told her I'd never forgive her. She tried to make it seem like I was the bad guy, and how dare I tell her who she could and couldn't date. She knew what my brother was like and still went and dated him. I had to pull away from her family because I couldn't be around her, but I did tell her dad. Sammy hated me for it because her dad did everything to get her away from my brother. I got a call a couple of weeks ago and it was Sammy's dad. My brother put Sammy in the hospital and her dad wanted to give me a heads up in case my brother tried to come for me. Sammy tried to reach out, but when I realized it was her calling, I shut it down. She kept trying and I ignored and blocked her. She had her sister reach out, and while we were talking, she took the phone off her sister and she told me she needed me. I told her to go to hell. A few more attempts were made and then one of her siblings called while Sammy was there and they asked me how I could do that. And shouldn't I understand what my brother is like and be there for the girl who was there for me until she made a mistake? I said there was no coming back from it, and I refused to believe she was manipulated. That it was an easy cop-out, and I owe her nothing. They tried to insult me, but I ended the call and blocked that number. I've had a long list of blocked numbers the last couple of weeks. Am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. She went into that relationship with her eyes wide open, knowing damn well how cruel he was to you, and now you're supposed to pick up the pieces for her? Nope. She made her choices and has zero right to drag you back in his BS. Her circus, her monkeys. She literally became a bully when she started dating your brother. Invalidating you like that and dating an abusive person which she knew about is irredeemable. And to try to reach out to you, the nerve. How are you supposed to comfort her if she is part of your trauma? That was really just the worst betrayal. I came to live with you and you started dating one of the reasons I came to live with you. Shaking my head. Despicable. Nope. COP, here's the thing. You didn't say, I told you so, to her. So by definition, I think you're in the clear. Your former best friend dated your vile, abusive bully of a brother, knowing full well how he was. Try to make you the bad guy, and then has the nerve to come back to you after everything. Nah, not the a-hole. Just curious though, you said her dad was fully on your side throughout this. What did he say about this whole situation? Well, we didn't talk for years because of this. He felt sick that his daughter was dating someone like my brother, and he apologized for what he did. He also said he would always be there if I needed something, but he understood I had to pull away because I couldn't be around her. Has he said anything about the current situation? Like about how his daughters are verbally abusing you for not wanting to contact? He only called to give me the heads up. We didn't talk after that. I'm not even sure if he knows about it. Having her sister harass you shows what kind of person she really is. You can always tell a person's character by how they act when they don't get what they want. How is your relationship with your parents? I don't have one. Never met my dad, and my mom was pretty awful herself and just didn't care. Last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter if she goes back to her ex, I will not support her? My daughter is 26. Her ex-husband was abusive. They dated for 3 years before getting married a year ago. My ex-son-in-law changed after he married my daughter. I didn't even know about any of this until my daughter told me everything. After she got married, he abused my daughter financially and emotionally, and sometimes physically. I don't really want to go through everything, but he is a POS who literally ruined my daughter. My daughter told me everything 2 months after she got married. I encouraged her to fight for her rights, but she said she just wants to get away and doesn't want to fight. I didn't force her and had to pay a huge amount to get her a clean divorce. My daughter was broke. She lost her job and she's been living with us since then. My daughter has been depressed all these months and she spends most of her time with me and her mother. She cuddles with us both, she vents, she tells us what she went through, and me and my wife just listen to her and try not to get angry. But my wife is always sad and tells me multiple times to take care of her. She makes me promise that I will take care of our daughter. I assure her, but she's feeling what she's feeling, as I am and my daughter is, and I can't do anything to change that. But a week ago, my daughter told us that she's been talking to her ex and has been apologizing to her and wants to get back with her. We were surprised, and we tried to tell her that we understand you love him, but he doesn't. But my daughter wouldn't listen and said she wants to get back with him and give him another chance. My wife started crying and told me to talk to her, and she left to our bedroom. I told my daughter that he can't change. Those people never do. Don't put yourself through what you already went through and your family did. My daughter said she wants to give him another chance. I tried everything. I said everything I could, but she didn't listen to me. When I had enough, I told her if she wants to be with him again, then that's her decision. But I wouldn't be able to help her again because I am already drained, and I still have to think about retirement and take care of her mother. She cried and hugged me. I told her that I am with her. I think about her, but I also have to think about her mother. She's suffering as well. My daughter didn't say anything, just hugged me and cried, ate, and went to sleep. And she started avoiding us both and stopped interacting. She just hugs us and go back to her room. When I told my wife what I said to our daughter, she got angry at me and said I shouldn't have said what I said. I should have been polite and helped her, but I made it even worse. I told her that she should have talked to her instead, and my wife also has been angry with me ever since. So, am I the a-hole here? Did I do something wrong? I just want to help and protect two women I love the most. I did everything in my power to help them, but now they are treating me as if I am the source of their suffering. You should advise your daughter to read Why Does He Do That by Lindy Bancroft before she gets back with her ex. It describes the cycle of abuse and the types of abusers, and could be a great tool to help her truly realize the gravity of her situation. You can find free PDF versions of it online. And get her into therapy if it's financially viable. This is a good example of the abuse cycle. It goes like this: tension, incident, reconciliation, and calm. She has gone through the calm when they first got together. Then there was tension. Then a certain incident where she moved out and moved in with you. Now the ex is love bombing, saying he has changed and things will be great. And they will be for a while. Then the tension will creep in, and then there is some incident. And boom, she's back home. She is angry with you because she wants to believe that everything is going to be good, and that this cycle doesn't exist. But you can see the writing on the wall. It will get back to where it was. It is easy to blame other people, not yourself. That is why you pointing out that they are not good for each other brings their wrath to bear. At this point, all you can do is be there to pick up the pieces. One strategy of abusers is to isolate them from source of support, so if they try to leave, they have no place to go. Exactly. You need to be there for the next time because there will be a next time. Maybe suggest that you would be more supportive if they do couples therapy before any major decisions such as moving back in together. In any regards, your daughter needs therapy to get over the abuse and regain a self-worth that has been taken from her. And what is your wife doing other than complaining? The daughter inherited her immature character from her mom for sure. OP sounds like he is babysitting two grown kids.